Hey YouTube, it's KYP561. I'm coming in this evening to talk to you all about yesterday or last night's final episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 8 Reunion Part 3. It wasn't really that much to talk about, but since I've already done parts 1 and 2, I was like, alright, I ain't going to just go ahead and leave it hanging without part 3. Although, like I said before, I don't know why they insist on dragging this shit out, making it 3 parts, when the first part, they could have just completely cut that out and merge parts 2 and 3 together, giving you just 1 hour or maybe even an hour and a half if need be. But a whole 3 weeks of this shit, you know, it really wasn't all of that. As some of you might notice, I am in a new atmosphere. I've been working on this room for quite some time now. I'm still not finished. As you can see, I got shit, you know, leaning up against the wall. I haven't put my pictures up or anything like that, but I've been working on getting a space for me to come in and do my recordings, whereas I normally just record from my family area in my house. But this was a spare bedroom that I had. I repainted it. You know, I'm just making my little dress up room or whatever, so I'm really excited about that. As you can see, that's half my earring stash right now, and yes, that is a closet rack. So that's half my earring stash. I got some bags and shit over there and whatever. So as time progresses and I continue to do these videos, y'all will notice, you know, some things or whatever that that are being added to the room. So once again, that's just a little project that I've also been working on over the past couple of weeks, and I'm excited you know, for the finished product. So anyway, back to the reunion. So the show opens up with them bringing Nene in. So she comes in, you know, with her jumpsuit on, which once again, I said that I did like it. You know, Nene just extra, so you know she gonna give you more than what you asking for sometimes. But you know, that's Nene. If we don't know that shit by now, we ain't gonna never know it. So anyway, so they started talking to her, basically saying how last season at the reunion she was pretty much in a new headspace. Pretty much last season Nene was at the point of, fuck y'all, for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, you know, this shit is beneath me now. Y'all hoes on this show is beneath me now. I'm getting a different type of check, you know what I'm saying? So you know, peace out, I'm out. You know, she felt like, you know, she had reached her peak on the show, if you will, and she felt like there was no more growth for her. I.e., she, in her mind, she was going to be off in Hollywood, honey, making all these blockbuster movies and getting these Oscars and, you know, all this type of stuff, honey. She had jobs, honey. That Broadway was popping. You know, she had the Fashion Police, and she was also trying to go up for The View or whatever. But I don't know what happened. All that shit must have just fell through all at once, because all of a sudden, here we go, we see Nene back. Not, you ain't even skip a damn season. You know what I'm saying? You should at least skip 2 seasons. If you don't talk all that shit and then did all that grandstanding and shit that you was doing, you should at least skip 2 seasons, not being seen at all on the 2 seasons, and then gradually make your way back. Now, I didn't see it one way or the other. I didn't give a damn if you stayed. I didn't give a damn if you left, because over the past few seasons, you have been draining me. You've been doing too damn much. But I can say that since you have been back, it's either you have really perfected your acting, or you are really humble and happy to be back. So I don't know, maybe if things didn't work out for you, you know, in the other endeavors that you had, then hopefully that was a humbling experience for you or whatever. So anyway, she say Real Housewives of Atlanta is her baby, and she ain't ready to turn her baby loose over to nobody. And they put the camera right on Kenya, because you know Kenya says she's the star, okay, and you know Nene says she's the queen, and she ain't ready for, you know, she not ready to pass down the crown or whatever. So you know, I caught the shade of that. So anyway, you know, everybody seemed to be happy to see Nene or whatever. You know, Sheree and Nene, they snapped each other up or whatever. You know, I like their relationship together as friends a lot better than I did when they were not friends. Season 1, I hated Sheree. I wanted Sheree. Oh God, I hated Sheree. I could not deal with Sheree on the first season. So you know, I was all here for Nene letting her ass have it on that first season or whatever. But I do like their friendship, and they did state that it's easier for them to be friends with each other because they were friends before the Atlanta Housewives, and they know things about each other. And although they have had their run-ins and they done said some nasty shit about each other, they still never exposed each other. Especially the way that when Cynthia and Nene's friendship went left, the way that Nene exposed some of the shit with Cynthia, you know, trying to get her fired and all this type of carrying on. So I thought that was, you know, a good thing as far as Nene and Sheree's relationship or whatever. So they asked Kenya about when she basically said that Nene was a backstabber when it came to Cynthia and her falling out. Kenya pretty much gave her definition of what a backstabber is, and once again, I'm no Kenya fan, but right is right and wrong is wrong. I agree with what Kenya said. There's no way in the hell you can ever call yourself my friend, and then when we fall out, you do everything that you can to make me meet some sort of downfall, you know, losing my job, or, you know, just to me, that was like it right there. You don't fuck with nobody's livelihood, okay? So when you came for Cynthia's livelihood, you were telling me, bitch, you don't never want to be my friend. As a matter of fact, bitch, we enemies now, you know? So because I could stop fucking with you and not necessarily be your enemy. I just don't fuck with you no more. I don't feel one way or the other. But bitch, in a case like that, bitch, now we enemies. Okay, so to me, once again, that speaks volumes when you compare Sheree and Nene's relationship to Nene and Cynthia's relationship or whatever. Let me see here. Then you had, then they talked about Phaedra and Porsha's blossoming friendship. I've said this about Phaedra before. Phaedra has different personalities or different what you call them shits? Alter egos, should I say? Because on one hand, we get the business side, whether it's her doing her charity work or, you know, her foundations. We seen her in that capacity, but then we also seen her in her ratchet capacity, which I don't think that those two should mix, especially not on TV. Okay, so anyway, I just think that Phaedra kind of dumps herself down to be Porsha's friend. I'm not calling Porsha dumb, that's not what I'm saying, although, you know, I know she ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I do think that I don't think that I don't know, I can't describe it, but I just think that Phaedra do a little too much when she get around Porsha. Now, I ain't saying that Phaedra ain't got it in her, because it's easy for her to turn that on. So, yeah, she definitely got it in her. But I just think that she becomes another person when she gets around Phaedra. And, when she gets around Porsha. And I don't really know how I feel about that. Apparently, Nene says that she is okay with Kenya at this point. You know, at sometimes there were times that she basically wanted to snatch her. Okay, I get it, because I want to snatch the bitch all the time. So, but she says as of right now, they're in a, you know, she's okay with being okay with Kenya. And I think that Kenya never really had the issue with Nene. Nene, for whatever reason, had the issue with Kenya, and it was never explained to us exactly what that issue is. So therefore, it did make it seem like Nene was jealous of Kenya for whatever reason. But I'm glad now, and hopefully they will be able to have a decent relationship. I ain't gonna say cordial, because y'all know I think that cordial mean fake, you know. So at least have a decent friendship, you know, with minus all the shade that they like to throw at each other. You know, I can't really be friends with a group of people and I know it's a bitch over here shading me, and you know, we just shading each other, that type of shit, because you know, bitch, I'm finna start feeling some type of way, you know. So I would kind of rather just stay away from that. Bitch, you got some shit you want to say to me, motherfucker, say it. Hold on, don't no goddamn subliminals at me, or no low-key reads and all that type of shit, because I already told you I ain't that type of bitch. You know, I don't know how to, you know, play that game. You know, I'm a say it to you type of bitch, or you say it to me type of motherfucker. That's the type of motherfucker I am. I don't like all that playing and shit. I don't I don't like that. Let me see here. They asked Nene about, you know, the same thing that they asked the other ladies on the other show. what she felt about Kim. She basically said that she felt like Kim did not want to be friends with any of them. And I kind of see that a little bit. A part of me still thinks that Kim is acting, because once again, I just don't think that Kim is that damn green. But then again, you know, you never know, because those people that we associate with Kim Fields were all characters. So I can't really say, oh, I know you weren't Regine because of da-da-da-da-da, because truth is, she's not Regine. She's the character. You know, but I also feel like in order for you to pull off a character like that, in order for you to be a memorable character, you had to have done a good ass job on that role, basically becoming that person. So in order for you to do that, you have to have that person in you already in order for you to be able to pull it off like that, you know. So part of me just don't think that Kim Fields is green like that, you know. But whatever, once again, she ain't coming back next season allegedly, so you know, I guess it don't matter. Then Kim kind of tried to explain herself, you know, and she was saying that she has established relationships with each person in their own right. You know, she was like, she is there for friendships as long as it's organic. Child, here come that Nene with that vocabulary, honey. That thing said, well, I am very organic. Organic? Nene, girl, when are we going to get this vocabulary together? You know, I don't even know what to say, child. That thing said organic. So then they touched on Kenya and Sheree's friendship, which to me is a low-key shade fest with them too. You know, one of the callers basically said, what the fuck was I finna say? I don't know. You know how they had the people to write the questions or whatever. So somebody asked, you know, Kenya, how did you figure that you could come for Sheree, you know, with her being the type of motherfucker that she is, you know, this and that and the other. Now, Sheree will get your ass together, alright, but Sheree ain't no beast, you know what I'm saying? Her and Nene can go toe to toe, because bitch, Nene, that bitch know how to get it, that bitch know how to read them books. You know, that motherfucker might not know how to pronounce the words, but you get the picture. You know what I'm saying? And Sheree has stood toe to toe with Nene quite a few times, as they showed, you know, in the earlier clips or whatever. But I don't think Sheree's like no beast. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Kenya no beast either. A lot of people seem to think that Kenya reads down, but I mean, although like I said, I'm not one for all them type of games, but bitch, I can recognize a read when I motherfucking come across one. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I figure as far as with that, I do think that Kenya's intentions were to originally come for Sheree in any capacity that she could, but she wasn't really ready for Sheree. You know, I think she kind of thought she was gonna come in and bulldoze over Sheree, and bitch, when Sheree told you, hey man, you got the right plan but the wrong man, she kind of backed off. So it was kind of one of them, if you can't beat them, join them type things, you know what I'm saying? So they have I'm gonna say them two have a cordial relationship in my eyes, from what I see, you know. And as of right now, I guess it's okay, you know. They kind of touched on what that motherfucker name is, Porsha's, her newfound attitude. And Porsha is saying that basically now she is single and she's exploring herself and this here type of thing, and she feels like she's being judged and this and that and that and the other. Well, Porsha, it's kind of hard for a bitch not to judge you based off of what you give us to watch, okay? I don't know if you want to put it on editing, I don't know, but we kind of caught you in some crazy shit, okay? Started from the first season that you appeared on this show. You know, you came on as this Stepford wife. You know, you only wore certain type of clothes. You were covered up. You know, we didn't know if you had a motherfucking shape up under there or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were always very pretty. You know, you are very pretty to me. But you were covered up. You were more conservative, you know, and everything was about your husband and your family and Cordell this and the Hosea Williams Foundation and this and that and the other. Well, what happened to the foundation? We all know that you and Cordell got a divorce, but what happened to the foundation that you were such a an advocate for, that you know, were doing these fundraisers and, you know, all this type of stuff for. Like, what happened to that? Because, bitch, you don't even utter the name, you know, or you know, do those foundations that you had, do they still exist? Did they ever exist? Any of the ones that you were running? That's what I want to know. But anyway, Nene basically said that she does see the change in Porsha, and she doesn't think that the change is all for the good. Now, my thing is this: everyone is entitled to find themselves. Okay, we have all gone through a point in our life where we're trying to figure out who we are. But my thing to Porsha is, bitch, you are in the 30s club. Okay, so bitch, we in the same age group. Okay, you might be you know, a couple of years younger than me, but you know, I could think of a gazillion trillion other things that I would rather be doing, like absolutely nothing, than to be, you know, parading around and ass clapping and Skyping motherfuckers, you know, with going out to buy an outfit to Skype a motherfucker. You come off as a thought. You do. You come off as a thought. You let other people call you a thought. You're the self-proclaimed queen or princess of Thoughtlandia. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit is something that I would expect from a teenager going into their early 20s type of thing. Not no motherfucker that's in their damn 30s that say that they want to have a family, meaning a husband and children, and you want to be this businesswoman or whatever. I think you either need to be one or the other. I'm not saying that you got to be old prude, you know, but you just come off as silly to me. Like, you just come off as a silly, like, childish, you know. And I want you to get it together. All right, so now they bring the men out. Okay, we discover that Matt loves Kenya, Kenya loves Matt. All right. I have heard through the grapevine that they are no longer together, and I hope that that's not true. It has not been confirmed or denied by either party, but I hope that that's not true, because I think that a lot of Kenya's misery and bullshit comes from the fact that she ain't got no man. Okay, I know some people like that personally, so that's why I feel like I can say that, because as soon as that motherfucker get a man and start, you know, doing a thing on the regular, that motherfucker gonna calm all the way down. You know what I'm saying? So I do hope that they work out or whatever, and I hope that the relationship is genuine. Not meaning that this is a paid relationship or anything like that, but I mean that both parties have each other's best interest at heart. Yeah, at heart. They asked Sheree about Bob. Sheree said that her and Bob pretty much learning each other again. You know, I was learning my man while I was learning my man. Or is that the other way around? Y'all, you know, something you young girls might not understand. So anyway, she say they're learning each other again, and they're having a good time, meaning they just fucking. But everyone is, you know, giving Bob their praise. You know, he's a good guy, or we like Bob, we this and we that. Bob might be a funny person. Bob might be a good person at heart, but I just can't get past the fact that Bob just flat out told you, bitch, I'm not paying you no child support for these kids. Fuck you. And basically, fuck them kids. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what you said, because, you know, you felt like, you know, you around here buying these bags and buying these cars and building this chateau and all this and all that. What the fuck you need my money for? But guess what? At the end of the day, bitch, them still your motherfucking kids. And she has custody of those kids, which means that out of all the bags that she's buying, all the cars that she's buying, all the building of this house that she's doing, she still has to provide for those children. You know, although we have said some things about that. You know, I remember one time little Cairo, he ain't had no haircut. Looked like he ain't had no haircut in quite a few months. You know, that type of shit. That little girl, like she hadn't had no braids in her head for quite just as long as Cairo ain't had no damn haircut. Alright, but at the end of the day, us as parents, our main responsibility is to provide a roof over our children's head, and to make sure that they are clothed, and to make sure that they are fed. Everything else is extra. But, you know, since Sheree's this old grand bitch, we would expect that Sheree had grandchildren, you know. So anyway, Bob, you know, I can't get over that. You know, had I not known that part about you, I would probably be like, okay, give a man another chance, you know, whatever the case may be. But, child, I ain't here for that. And Sheree, I ain't here for you either. And all y'all other motherfuckers sitting up there co-signing on that shit that know the backstory as far as him basically saying, I'm not doing a goddamn thing for these kids, and y'all sitting over here hip paraying for this motherfucker. I don't know. But then again, y'all the same motherfuckers that didn't have a problem with what a nigga name was, Glenn, or whatever his damn name is. Y'all the same motherfuckers that ain't had no damn problem with him. So I guess, you know. So anyway, they got to Chris, the part where Kenya was talking that bullshit about they call him Chrissy in the industry. And I remember doing that video, and I said that sounded like some bullshit to me. That sounded like Kenya was just trying to be messy and just throwing some shit out there because she want to have a little kiki. And everybody else out there was messy too. Although Cynthia didn't say anything and Sheree didn't say anything, Sheree, you was partially messy because your ass went back and told what the fuck was being said. Now, I don't remember seeing that little part where you pulled the shit up on your phone about him, but you know, that was messy too, because why the fuck did you have to be the one to do that? So to me, that included you in the bullshit, you know, although you weren't going in the way that everybody else was, you know, out there on the patio or whatever. So Chris basically wants to confront Kenya and ask Kenya, who the fuck calls me Chrissy? So, you know, Kenya wants to go through this round and round we go shit, instead of just get to the point, bitch. If you know somebody, you know what I'm saying, if you know of a situation, or if you have these mutual friends or whatever, or you so into the Hollywood scene and you know about this man or what they call him, this and that and the other, bitch, you put it out there, so you might as well tie the bow on it. You know what I'm saying? Wrap shit up, tie the bow, give it to him. You know, hell, this who the fuck said it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta air it on TV or whatever, but then again, you might as well, because you did all that shit on TV, so don't pull back now talking about Google it yourself and all this and all that. Now, what I kind of got on the fence with was, you know, he was basically at this point, it almost seemed like he was confronting her, but something in me says that he had the right to confront her. But then again, once you saw you wasn't gonna get no answer, ain't no need of you beating a dead damn horse. So, you know, he's like, who calls me Chrissy? So her dude, Matt, was like, she answered you. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, well, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Kenya, son. Shade. Okay. And he said, well, I'm talking directly to you, son. And a part of me was here for that. Because it would not be ever a time where I'm with my husband and a man comes talking about he finna confront me about some bullshit. Now, if it is something that I put in motion, yeah, I may owe this man not an apology, but I may owe this man some sort of explanation or some sort of something. But bitch, you ain't just finna come, and as Candy would say, you ain't just finna come son me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of here for the way that Matt handled it. But Matt, that Kenya's a messy bitch. You know, so you know, I mean, I don't know. And then, you know, she was like, well, Google it yourself and blah, blah, blah. So pretty much everybody apologized for their part in it. Porsha still, they gonna ask Porsha, you know, first of all, Porsha, bitch, like I said before, when that situation came up, your ass should have been sitting up there with the absolute hush mouth. You shouldn't have said a goddamn thing. As much gay shit that a bitch talked about your motherfucking husband. And even you yourself threw some gay innuendos out there. So you talking about you know, it was all Kenya. She's, you know, she did it all. Okay, and like Cynthia said, Kenya may have been the most vocal one, you know, but all y'all motherfuckers partook in the conversation. Okay, so come on, Porsha, miss me with that bullshit. Ho, you gonna have to own up to something, you know. So Andy wasn't here for none of it. Okay, Andy said he felt like y'all hoes is up here gay bashing, and bitch, this is always a motherfucking issue with y'all motherfuckers. Okay, so it's always somebody saying some out the way shit. You know, y'all get Andy in his bag now. You know what I'm saying? And but yeah, he wasn't too much here for that shit, and he let that shit be known. He asked Chris his feelings on it. You know, Chris said, you know, listen, I am in the entertainment industry. a shit that a motherfucker say about me don't move me not one way or the other. But when you put shit on like that on me, then yes, I do have an issue with that. You know, he's like, I don't have a problem with anybody that's in the gay community or whatever. I have plenty of gay friends that I'm really close to, men and women, and you know, for them, I do apologize for this shit. You know, so you know, and it was pretty much here for it or whatever, and everybody apologized but Kenya, of course. So anyway, we move on to Phaedra's party. So as when they were talking about Phaedra perhaps calling the feds on Kandi and Cynthia, telling them that they had Apollo shit at their house. Now I think it was Peter that said he was told that the feds found out from Watch What Happens Live. Now, y'all motherfuckers ain't learned from Teresa and her husband Joe from the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Don't get your ass on this goddamn TV when y'all already, you know, your name is already running through the damn database down there to the federal government, okay? Don't get your ass up here on this motherfucking TV talking about all this shit that you got, spending all this motherfucking money, having all these lavish ass parties and this, that, and the other, and think these motherfucking fans ain't watching your ass, okay? These motherfuckers is doing time right now. Teresa done did her time, now Joe is doing his. As a matter of fact, him and fucking Apollo at the same goddamn camp, you know? So hopefully this will be a lesson learned to others that are on television that got some old crooked fraud shit going on with the government. Don't get your ass on this motherfucking TV trying to flodge so much till you throwing your own ass up under the bus, okay? So anyway, Peter said he was told that they got this information from Watch What Happened Live, but you got Watch What Happened Live when you got Kandi ass on there talking about how they got a motorcycle and I know a motorcycle and a car or some shit in her garage. And I'm like, yeah, and Peter and Cynthia got some stuff too. So see, the motherfucking fans ain't even know nothing about Peter and Cynthia until Kandi ass got on motherfucking TV running her damn mouth. So anyway, Kandi said them bitches they told her shit about the fans was watching Watch What Happens Live. You know, they basically came to the house and was like, you know, we hear you got some stolen shit up in here, and we want our shit, okay? So naturally, Kandi said that her and Phaedra, they was at odds with each other. Child, this video is 27 minutes. I thought I was only going to be in here for about 10-15 minutes, but whatever, y'all know how I do. So anyway, she said that her and Phaedra, they had already had a little falling out or whatever the case may be. Apparently Todd had to put some shit on Twitter. You know, you people kill me getting all out y'all bag about what a bitch put on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. Like, really? That's what we doing? So anyway, child, you know, Todd had put some shit on Twitter that Phaedra was feeling some type of way about. I don't know what it was, whatever. I'm assuming that it was about his motherfucking money, okay? So, and then Kandi and Phaedra, they were already, you know, having their little shift in their relationship. So naturally, Kandi thought that that Phaedra called him. Bitch, I still think Phaedra, if she didn't actually make the call herself and say, hey, Apollo shit right near the Kandi house or right near the Cynthia house, she made sure that the phone call happened. Now we gonna just leave it like that. If she herself didn't make that call, so you know, so if that's the case, because you know she's an old lawyer, so of course she was like, you know, I did not call. Yeah, you might not have to actually place the call yourself, bitch, but you made sure that goddamn phone call happened. I see your ass, Phaedra. So anyway, you know, Phaedra goes on to say, how would you think that I would ever call the feds on you knowing that you're about to have a baby? You know, if you think that about me, then that just goes to show what you think about our friendship. And Kandi was looking like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, bitch, I do think that you called them. Todd just wasn't here for it. That bitch wasn't here for it. That bitch wasn't here for Phaedra, honey. He was not here for Phaedra. So they had a little going back and forth with, I guess Phaedra finally paid Todd his money or whatever, and they were saying how she waited right before reunion time to make sure that that money was paid so she wouldn't have to get on TV and try to explain why the fuck he still ain't got his damn money, okay? So now I see Kandi is a lot like me in a sense. Don't come for my husband and try to make it seem like he don't know what the fuck he doing, okay? Phaedra kept saying, why you didn't ask my husband for the money, this and that and the other, which I said that too. And like Todd said, bitch, my arrangement wasn't made with your husband. My arrangement, my deal was made with your ass, okay? So, you know, but at the same time, like I said before, instead of Todd trying to send Candy in to get his money from Phaedra, he could have easily hollered at Apollo and told Apollo what was going on. I mean, I don't know if he did or if he didn't, but from the way that this shit here is going, it's like he didn't. You know, he wanted to put that shit on Candy to do or whatever. So anyway, Phaedra went to hollering about, you know, oh, you was riding around town drinking and smoking and going to the strip club with my husband, and you didn't bother ask him about the money, blah blah blah. And so I guess Todd was like, bitch, I ain't here for you and your bullshit, okay? You seem to know so much about what the fuck I'm doing, but you had this nigga in your house stealing all these goddamn people money, and you claim that you didn't know what the fuck he was doing? Get the fuck out of here. And I'm 100% here for that. I was 100% here for it. That's right. You always know about everybody else and what they doing, but this man was living with you. You went to holler about he was doing asset recovery. Bitch asked you what asset recovery is. You act like you don't know. And like Todd said, bitch, you too smart for that. You got all these motherfucking degrees and certificates and shit. Bitch, don't get on here trying to act like that now. You know. And I'm 100% here for it. Good job, Todd. Good job. So after all of that was over or whatever, they jumped back to Porsha. Apparently, Porsha got in a damn fight down there to Phaedra's little Christmas party. Now, I don't know who the fuck just letting Porsha just run all up on them like that. Now, that shit with Kenya, I'm still gonna stand by what the fuck I said. Kenya had that shit coming, and in my opinion, she didn't get it good enough. Cause I would have did more than pull that motherfucker's hair. That bitch would have yelled that shit in my face and pointed that bitch at me. I'd have took that damn scepter from her and whooped her ass with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, don't point no shit at me. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What's going on around here? You know. So anyway, I'm still gonna stand by that. The shit with her and Cynthia, I just think that it got out of hand. I think that Cynthia was pissed off with Peter. She took that shit out on Porsha because she felt like she could. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't think that it was going to go that way. Porsha didn't think it was going to go that way either. And from what I saw, Porsha was the one that was attacked from what we saw. You know, it was a lot of finger pointing. Everybody keeps saying Porsha kept putting her hand in Cynthia's face, but the only reason why Porsha put her hand in Cynthia's face is because Cynthia kept doing this, kept doing this. You know what I'm saying? So what you expect, bitch? You know, you want to put your hand in my face, but I can't put my motherfucking hand in yours? You know, and I think that when Cynthia grabbed Porsha's wrist, that to me would have been like a reflex for me to stand up. It would have been a reflex for me to stand up. I don't think that when Porsha stood up, I don't think she was standing up to necessarily do anything. You know, because in her mind, I believe she was still trying to process what the fuck is going on around here. And Cynthia had done just went crazy. You know, I think Cynthia was the bitch that went crazy. And I think that those security guards or whoever they were, producers or whatever, I think that they tackled Porsha the way that they did because they felt like they know Porsha will get physical. They know that. But I think that was really unnecessary. That fat ass man laying on me like that, bitch, you'd had to see somebody. You know, yeah, bitch, you had to see my brother. You had to see my uncles, bitch. You had to see somebody. You know what I'm saying, bitch? I couldn't have done nothing with you because you saw all it did was just laid on her. She couldn't even motherfucking move. So no, I couldn't have done nothing with you. But bitch, you gonna see somebody because to me, I think that you went a little overboard the way you handled Porsha. But anyway, apparently Porsha done got into another fight down here to Phaedra's Christmas party with the chick named Jamie. I guess she was her assistant or something like that. They did show her on one of the early episodes in the season. So to me it sounded like some he say she say shit was going on, or you know, Porsha was saying like she knows of some things that this girl has done to her. Now my thing is like, was this bitch stealing money from you, or you know, what exactly was she doing, and what the fuck triggered you to get into this altercation on this particular night, you know, when this shit was going on, the Christmas party was going on and all this and all that. So Nene was basically trying to talk to her, telling her that of everybody on this show, she has been ridiculed and criticized the most. Okay, now Nene, you've done your share of ridiculing and criticizing as well. Ridiculing, is that a word? I don't know if that's a word or not, but y'all know what I mean. you know, you've done your share as well, but you have also been on the receiving end of it. Okay, so yeah, I think that you, of all people, especially if you and her have a friendship to where you can talk to her, I think that, you know, what you were trying to tell her was valid. But see, this is where her childishness comes in at. You know, she wasn't really trying to listen to the message. Only thing she's hearing is, I know this bitch ain't talking to me when this motherfucker done choked the bitch. Okay, and yeah, we did hear about Nene supposedly choking Kim. Okay, but just like Nene said, bitch, if I did choke a bitch, I bet it ain't on motherfucking camera. Okay, so since you wanna use your brain, bitch, use your motherfucking brain, because now little Jamie, she got all the ammunition that she need to sue the shit out your ass. And yeah, you might not have, you ain't have no coin when Kenya had your ass arrested, so she couldn't really sue you for shit because you ain't have shit at that time, because that's when Cordell had to just put you on your ass and you ain't have absolutely nothing. But now you got a little bit of coin. You might not, I don't even think you got a lot, like that much coin, but you got enough now to where this motherfucker can take your ass to court and get her a piece of it. So you got to be smart. You got to be smart. You can't always do the first thing that comes to your mind. Now, I sit on this camera all the time and y'all hear me say how I'm going to beat somebody's ass if they do this to me or if they do that to me. And I would say probably about 90% of that is true. Okay? Because I already told y'all, my brain don't say halt. You know what I'm saying? You got this going on or you got that going on. A bitch, all I know is I've been tried and I got to get in on your ass. That's all I know, you know. And then I a lot of times I do think about it later. Now, this is in my former life, y'all. I'm not running around, bitch. I'm 37 years old, okay? I don't have no problems with nobody. And hopefully ain't no goddamn body got no problems with me. You know, I go where I want by myself. I ain't got to have no, you know what I'm saying, no clique or gang of people, no entourage, no none of that shit. You know, but like I said, I am established enough to where people know, bitch, if you come to me the wrong way, there could be a potential problem. Okay, so, you know, but I'm pretty much a straightforward person. So if there is an issue, I don't let shit linger on. You know, I don't let shit linger on. I try to get to the bottom of it right then and there before it even gets to a point to where we can have a misunderstanding like that. So I need Porsha to get to that place, especially, you know, if you have this job working for Dish, you know, you're doing red carpet events. Nene was telling the truth, and I believe that Nene was telling the truth, speaking to you from her own damn experience, especially when she was saying, you know, your reputation precedes you, and certain motherfuckers ain't gonna want to work with you based off of your reputation, you know. So you know, Porsha, you know, I see that you say you're going to anger management. I'm guessing that that's the setup for your storyline for next season. I don't know, because you know you really ain't too much have nothing going on this season. You tried to, you know, you tried to start it off with Duke. That shit ain't worked. Then they brought in the Oscar, you know, that shit, whatever. So I guess they're trying to establish a stable storyline for you. Hopefully it works. So they went to asking the other castmates, you know, so if you feel like you have an issue with Porsha, would you be hesitant to, you know, bring it up to her, whatever. Basically asking, is anybody scared of Porsha? Okay, so of course you're going to have Kenya just acting like she's so damn terrified. Bitch, a scared bitch don't ruffle the waters. You know, and Kenya is always so quick to holler about you started this and you start that and you start this, but then when somebody try to point out what the fuck you start, the first thing you say is, it doesn't matter who started it. Well, bitch, which the fuck one is it? Okay, so anyway, she says that, you know, I definitely won't confront her. You know, she's out of control, and you know, child, Kenya just doing her Miss USA thing, child. You got Cynthia right behind her, you know, oh, I definitely won't confront her. Bitch, you kick this bitch in the stomach. Okay, so we know you ain't no, you know, whatever. Child, Candy, Sheree, and Nene, bitch, that was like, bitch, what? Bitch, we ready. Okay, bitch, I stay motherfucking ready. Phaedra was like, you know, I don't think that I would have that issue with Porsha. You know, I like Porsha, which, you know, I ain't got no issue with Porsha either. But Porsha, you know, that shit you doing, now you can just add this fighting shit onto the list of when I was saying that you silly and childish. You know, you fucking silly and childish. You know, so, excuse me, y'all. So hopefully, you know, you do go to your anger management or whatever, and we'll see what happens with y'all on next season. So this was a wrap for the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 8. This was part 3 reunion. The season overall, I would give it a B. You know, I wasn't all that, but I wasn't completely bored either. So I'll go ahead, I'll give it a B minus. I ain't gonna give it no C, but I'm damn sure I ain't gonna give it no A. Okay. So thank y'all for listening to the video. Those that stuck with me for all 39 minutes. I'm going on 40 minutes here. I know that my Love and Hip Hop is coming on tonight, ATL, as well as Black Ink Crew. So I'm going to see how I can fit that in, child. I went back to work today after being out for 3 weeks. Because when I tell y'all, I didn't know what the fuck to do when I walked up in that building today. I was like, I forgot passwords to my for my logins, child. I forgot all that shit, honey. When I tell you my 3 weeks, I ain't thought about no damn job, okay? But yeah, honey, so it was back to reality for me today. So I'm just gonna have to figure out a balance and how to keep these videos out, because I definitely got the feeling that I am going to be reviewing both Love and Hip Hop ATL as well as Black Ink. So thumbs up, thumbs down, share the video, comment, subscribe, you know, tell a friend, all that good shit. Until we meet again, y'all, peace.